Yeah, man, obviously them man there's in the building. Hashtag DMDPODCAST. Myself, Smokes.
I'm a big Rom, you can't even clone.
Esteban, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, yeah. Now we're back.
New Year
2020, first episode of the year. Boom, yeah, now we're ready, yeah, now. What's going on? How was everyone's New Year's?
Too expensive, man. Well, not just New Year, man.
The
whole period.
The whole Christmas and New Year period.
I went church still.
You go?
Yeah.
You burst into flames.
What do you mean burst into flames?
No, I don't.
What do you mean? What does that mean?
Boy, yeah,
Well,
nah.
like what?
Man sounded like you say you've never been to church before.
Burst into flames?
Yeah, fam, when you touch the holy water, fam. You ain't seen what happens to people when...
No, fam. I ain't seen
Okay, you
this
don't know
thing.
about that.
Well, you burst into flames?
Not me, fam. I'm holy, fam. Angel.
You know certain people who are on the opposite side of the tracks, innit?
Okay, not me, fam. I'm holy, fam. I'm God's pitney, fam.
Yeah, fam. Come on.
Straight.
What was it saying though? Was it lit?
It was quiet one still. I thought it was going to be round, but it was quiet still.
What church was this?
West Green Baptist Church.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's like what, the 7 days apprentice?
No, not that one.
Is that the one next to it?
Yeah. I know what you're talking about, but no, not that one.
7 days apprentice.
Well, what's the difference? What's that?
But I don't know. Do they go 7 days? Literally
7 days, yeah.
every day.
Apprentice, not apprentice though.
I didn't say apprentice.
7-day apprentice.
I was about to say that.
Is that what man said? Already, you know.
Yeah, get me.
No, I went there still. No, it was alright though, man. But it didn't make sense though, innit? Because
Right.
I went in there first.
You went to church. But hold on. They got wine in church
No, but I went in there like first.
on a rum thing. So you went and had spirits before you went to church.
Yeah, I had spirit before I talked to the
mad way
spirit.
to say it.
That's a mad. I like man went and had
That's bad.
spirits, yeah, now, before he bucked the
Are you going
spirits.
to church drunk though?
Innit?
Huh? I wasn't drunk, but man was tipsy still. I forgot, innit?
Yeah, you
I thought it was going to be a vibe in church.
Man
Nah,
brought
I
his
forgot
guy to
that man
church
was
and
going
here's some dance.
To be
with
honest,
you,
I didn't even really want to go, fam. Because I had a thing where like, oh God, church is going to be one long service.
Yeah.
From like 5 in the evening all the way till...
So why did
mad.
What, you was there from 5 in the
No.
evening?
I went there like 11:30.
Until 12.
Yeah.
For half an hour, yeah, now you're taking the piss.
What, fam?
You know what? I went to church a few years ago. And I went to one near our school. What's that one on Palmer's Green, Bounds Green Road? Well, no, not Bounds Green,
Oh, I know what
Palmer's
you're
Green.
talking about. Near the tyre place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it was lit, fam. Like me and Kenny went, fam. It was jumping. I was on what you was on, like, I'll go church, service, it's gonna be long. Brother, everyone was, but when it hit, like the first part of it was the service, but when it hit 12 and everyone like was like, Happy New Year, bro, the
Yeah.
place erupted, fam.
Mad.
Beer music was playing after that. Not
Yeah,
like
that's what I'm saying.
they were just on the pianos and thing and whatever, but it got lit. I was like, I don't even want to go rave because the plan was to go there and go raving. We ended up staying at church till like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning.
Man are different.
At least if I went in there like that, man could wash off 2 sins and wash off 2 madness and come out clean.
Yeah,
but
but
my
that-
man won't
load it
go
up
in there dirty and come out and do a dirty
Wait,
fam.
how man coming out? Man's gone into the new year, cleaned my sins for the new year to commit new sins, fam. Because the old sins was washed away, fam.
This guy's a fucker.
Was that the first time you'd been to church in a while?
Nah, in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So why did you go this time?
Why'd I go?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I just didn't want to do the raving thing, fam. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be around holy people, fam. I wanted to be around good spirit, positive.
Start it right.
Yeah, for starting right, fam. You have to
man.
go into the year how you mean to continue, you get me?
New year.
But is the priest supposed to feel up the bread like that, fam?
Fam, I look at that certain times as well, you know. Man is rubbing up the...
Nah.
And you know what as well? You know what, man?
put it in
Man
your
ain't
mouth.
even doing a pre-hand wash or nothing. It's just straight break.
it's
And he's
holy,
breaking
innit?
it in
Hands are
4
clean.
Man says his hands are clean. And you know what I clock as well? When they drink the wine, they don't really wipe that shit properly, fam. Like, they just one, boom, and give it to the next person. Like, what? Go on.
Did you
No,
let- wait,
man don't get it like that. Everyone gets their own individual thing, fam.
See, that
What?
shows how long it's been since this guy went to
Yeah,
church.
you're well,
Everyone-
everyone goes up and sips from the same
What, everyone
cup.
gets their own cup?
Yeah, own little cup, bro.
I think it depends on what church
Not,
you
bro,
go to.
not
Some
on a no.
churches.
Bro, wait, what church is that? Because in Catholic church, fam,
church,
bro,
I
it's
think
everyone
one
gets the
cup,
same cup.
fam. You
West
think,
Green Baptist Church.
All right,
fam.
cool, but
Man
you
get
think
their
that they-
own little cup like this big,
a shot
fam. You
glass.
get me?
they get shot glasses in there, like, yeah,
fam. Pretty
only
much
in
that's what it
Tottenham.
is. So like a shot glass for real.
There's no way that in church you should be walking around with shot glasses.
No one's
Like, what's-
walking, fam. They hand it out. Man say 2 prayer. Yeah, the blood. Was it? It's supposed to be the blood.
blood and the body of
Yeah,
Christ.
the
All right,
blood
then.
and
You
body
get
of-
me? And
yeah.
then man do the thing, you get me?
The communion, I'm not gonna lie, it's a little bit of a snack still. I mean, I can pretty much eat quite a few of those watching the movie. Yeah.
But I've been saying this for a long time. I got crucified the other day for going there and saying, "Yo, man was a bit hungry, innit? So man got the bread, innit?
Fam,
I'm not saying the bread
my-
fills man up, but I'm saying it gives man the little taste to sit through another
Fam,
10 minutes
bruv,
of
the
church.
way I
left.
saw, like someone took a handful of.
Nah, you're trying. No
Bro,
way.
why was the bread eat out like that? If he broke it, fam, it shouldn't be eat out in the middle like that. Like someone took a handful of the bread, fam.
Oh, you actually eating bread?
Yeah. What would you eat?
Right.
Right.
The wafer thing, cuz.
What wafer?
Now, what kind of church is this in Tottenham? Fam? They're
Oh,
just
the
kind of
one minute.
West Green Baptist church,
Hold
you
on,
know.
one minute, one
You know
minute.
them like on West Green Road getting hard old bread, you know, and just bringing it in church like, yo,
Come
boom.
on, I swear
Take
that must
piece
have
of
been
it.
Ardo bread, fam. It wasn't no wafer. What wafer, fam? Bro, I swear it was hard though, bread.
Man, I'm
fam.
getting hard old bread and flipping rosé and
Oh, no, 1 minute. What's a wafer? What is that? What, cracker?
So it's like a little cracker. but
No,
it's not-
bro, this is hard though, bread, fam.
Nah,
bread.
fam, you're
Proper bread, bro. That's why I said, yeah, proper bread, fam.
hard old. What from Tottenham
Fam,
Bakery or
from the
West Green Road?
bakery, it's bread, fam. Split up in a 4, fam. He does boom and a boom. You get me?
Nah, this
Oh,
is
them round ones.
No, it's not round, fam.
Nah.
It's hard though, bread.
Nah, I'm done with you, fam.
No, but I know some churches do that though. Some churches do that. They'll give you like proper bread.
It's
But
proper
Catholic
bread,
churches
fam.
don't do
What
that.
wafer? You go to some brat church, fam.
Well, go Catholic church, fam. It's still, I don't know. It's a white people church, isn't it? Catholic church, white people church, fam.
And the priest done a sliding as well, fam. When we came in, about 5 minutes after like all my family came in, cause we came in
Late.
squaddy, you get me, fam. So when we come in, man's talking about send the collection plate round again. No one didn't clock it, fam.
Well,
No
they
one-
got card machine in church now. You know that, innit?
But you see, this is the reason why I kind of prefer going to Catholic churches, man. Because you know what you're going to get in it. You know what to expect. There's no kind of send that, the basket round again for the money.
Send it around again. Yeah.
Whether you're there or not, they collect their money at a particular point in time. And nobody's looking at you to see whether you're putting coins or paper.
Now people do, fam.
Not in Catholic churches.
Yeah, they look at
Got
you.
a little thing in it.
Because there's certain,
Put it in
there's
there.
certain,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's not the thing, you can't see
Yeah,
it.
you can't see it.
No,
Yeah,
sometimes the little basket comes round.
No,
fam.
that
Man-
is the peak.
yeah,
thing.
because man's just got.
Yeah.
You
That's
get
the
me? You
peak
got to
thing.
drop it in.
That's
You got
the
to put
setup.
1 or 2 peas in there.
No, you
and
got to
shake
kind
it.
of pull it in, but
Yeah, just shake it
Kinda
like
shake
that.
off
Sounded
your
like
hand,
something
to make it
heavy
seem
when
like,
it
yeah, like you put a beer change in there. You get me?
Hey, are you crazy, fam? That is funny. Who's that? Yeah, fam. But yeah, no. But if they bring around the basket again, then
I don't know how many times they bring it round, but
You lot
my man
look
looked at
wealthy.
my man looked at his gang and was like, "Yeah, we need to bring."
They must have seen you on the advert. It was like, Ross,
I used to be a
superstar
motorboy.
walk through.
Used to be a what?
Motorboy.
What's that? The
Yeah.
one that walk around to collect the money?
Nah, well, some of that as well. But in Catholic churches,
Yeah.
the what do you call it? Almost kind of like the servants on the side.
Okay, so they're the one that shake the bell
And
and.
like robe and everything.
Okay.
Shaking the bell and all that kind of stuff.
Was what we used to do.
Yeah, what's that? What's the smoke thing? The smoke thing, innit?
What the hell's going on in this man's church, fam?
Have you never been to a Catholic church before?
No, bro.
The man ain't even
Baptist,
been
fam.
church before.
No, but are you crazy? A man used to go to church religiously, fam.
What church?
West Street Baptist Church.
Oh, that's
fam.
the one church you
That's
went
the
to.
one church man go to. Man
Oh,
don't
is
go
it?
to no. Man don't venture out like that, fam. Man's
Okay,
loyal to
one.
the team.
Was loyal to one God.
Man are kind of bare different, like it's a dance, fam.
It's the same.
Yeah, no,
God,
you just go to
just
this-
different interpretations.
Yeah, I go to the local one, fam.
All the time.
So wait, if your
got
church,
church.
God forbid, shut down, you can't go to church again.
No, I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't feel comfortable, fam.
You're a different kind of guy, man. You know this loyalty thing. When it comes to, it's not the same kind of thing. You know?
Nah,
It's
no.
not, fam.
can
You
go
know
to
what?
other
Let's
churches,
talk
you
about
know.
this loyalty thing. Why are we really loyal to our barbers and more than anything else, or anything else in this world, fam?
Not just your barbers, but man, just
Yeah.
if you just hold loyalty high.
Yeah, but no, let's not say not just barbers, fam. When it comes to our barber, that is like number one. We're not moving, fam. Like it's very difficult for another barber to be able
because
to.
if your barber's giving you a sick trim, it's like, right, this is a sick trim. I need this trim all the time. Like
But once
he's
you
already
see a-
shown me he can do this. Or if he's done the trim 3-4 times in a row sick,
Yeah.
you're like, right, I need this all the time. Like I'm not gonna go to anyone else for them to.
But
fuck
if,
it up.
if they look like they're sick as well,
Now it's not loyalty though, is it?
What is it?
It's not loyalty. It's just safe. And
Yeah,
comfortable.
safe.
It's not loyalty because if you really needed a trim, say you're going raving or it's some big event and your barber's not available, are you going with an afro? Of course not. You're gonna phone your brethren and say, "Who's your barber?" Or you're gonna say, "Do you know what I mean?" Like you're gonna find
like with the
else
church thing, because I used to go there with my nan all the time, fam. And then I stopped going church, like, and then it's time to go church again. And my nan's always saying, "Come to church," but I'm always kind of powering it off. For me to go to another church now is like, I can't do that.
Because you're disrespecting
I
Nanny,
feel like
you
I'm
get me?
disrespecting, you get me? So I got
Like, Nanny always told me to come to this and I didn't want to go. And now I'm going to buck up on this next church.
I can't do it.
I think with churches, though, it's good to experience how different churches
operate.
It's just for education purposes, isn't it? It's good to know. Because you have different types of church, like how we're talking about Catholic churches.
But why though?
Methodist
it's the same message.
No, not really, you know.
It may be the same message, but delivered differently, you know.
Yeah. When I went to, like, so I went to one of those, what's the church, the pastor churches?
Like Pentecostal.
All right, cool. So I've gone to one of those in, where was it? Docklands.
That's a lit church, though.
Oh, yeah, listen.
That's the lively church, man.
Is that the one
It
with
was
the proper choir, like?
Proper choir. Yeah, drummer. Yeah,
but we had drummer
all of that. So, and the way they deliver the stories is a lot better. Like, it's more,
engaging.
It was longer. Like, the service probably was like
That's
a
2-3
hour service, but the delivery of the messages seemed like, it went kind of quick in a way, but they were delivering certain messages in the book a whole different way that made man feel like, you could look at church different. You get what I'm saying? Whereas in the Catholic, it's just the norm. I feel like every time I go to a Catholic church, there's some special occasion. Oh, and this week is the start of Lent. I feel like it's always the start of Lent.
But there's benefits and disadvantages of Catholic churches and other churches. Like the benefit of Catholic church is that there's no interpretation in it. And what I mean by that is everybody interprets something different. So if you go to a particular church and somebody feels that this is what God is saying, then it may not be that.
Yeah.
But then it's also not good because sometimes you want to learn in it, even if it's not the right way. You kind of want to understand how certain things work and why certain things have been said and that kind of stuff. So it's just really what works for you as an individual, really.
How does the priest's wages work? If they do get kind of...
They don't get wages per se, but they get looked after. So everything they need is given to them.
Okay.
So if they might have a house that they don't pay nothing for because the church owns that house. So they get free house, free food, free clothing. So everything they need is given to them. They might get like a little allowance or something, but they don't. I'm not sure. I could be wrong, but I don't think they get wages as such.
Yeah, they don't get wages because, but it depends how much peas is coming into the church anyway. Yeah,
this is it, man. Hey, church is a good business, you know.
It is, fam. Because who can really tell you what to do with the peas, like?
But is the offering enough money for them to stand? They must be getting money from other places. Because if everyone in the church thinks the same, and
I think it depends. If you're looking at Catholic churches, I think that they're run a little bit different. Pentecostal churches are different because the pastor owns the church.
All right, so that's why he wants the big peas. So that's why there's the cards there, and man are saying, we're selling this and this. Everything's like £20.
Catholic churches, it don't run like that. It's run by like the bigger institution.
That's what I was thinking, because when we're giving off little 50p change here and there at a service, when a certain time when I look at the basket going around, I'm like, this is not enough to hold up this church, fam.
But then how many Catholic churches are around the world?
There's a lot, but if all of them are getting the little change, and churches are big, so the maintenance of them churches, and obviously I would feel like they're probably grade 2 buildings as well, like whereas you can't knock them down, innit? And the spec of it, so that's expensive.
They own all that stuff.
Technically. So everything just comes to them regardless, innit?
And plus, don't forget, people pay their tithes as well. So that's 10% of their wages every month. So regardless of what they're putting in the basket, like £1 or £2, 10% of the majority's wages are going to the church.
My church ain't getting no peas, fam.
So it's a lot of money.
Same for this years, fam. Only thing's different is that they put flags around now, innit? Different.
Your church, they probably hire it out as a party hall, fam. Yeah, fam, dance hall. You get me? Like,
this guy is silly or something.
Well, it's from West Green Road, fam. I'm sure they must have some. I've seen some flyers going around saying, "Yo, dance at West Green Baptist." You get me? New Year's Eve dance hall, yeah.
It's just for 30, fam. You get me? It's 30.
That's how they get their money, yeah. But yeah. But anyway, yeah, man. So boom. Can we finally talk about your shit now?
Yeah.
It's out tonight, obviously. Well, when this episode comes out, it's yesterday. So people have to go and catch up, innit? For OD.
Yeah.
But it's every week as well, innit?
It's every week.
Every Sunday, yeah.
It's going to be on YouTube as well, innit?
Nah, I think they might like take clips off, like probably like moment clips and
Okay.
put it on YouTube, but they won't put the whole episode. Like.
Come on, he's saying tonight, SAS, the premiere, you know.
The episode 1, you know. Yeah, it's
Episode
peak still.
1. He's saying you're the star of the show.
Not even the star, fam.
What's it like though? Because you obviously are in the papers right now. Like they've created this story of you in the Sun.
Yeah, they've put like the ex-prisoner narrative, which makes sense. Like,
Oh, is it? Is that what they did?
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, what did they say?
So it says like,
How did they find out this information anyway?
because you have to have an interview, innit?
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, and then you got to be like fully honest, like,
Yeah, 'cause
you
they'll
get
find
to
out
the
anyway,
to the
yeah.
T, like.
Remember when he went? They was digging.
Because you
You
could
get what I'm
lie,
saying?
but
Nah, they'll find out.
that's
They'll
what I'm saying.
find
They will
out, yeah,
find
yeah,
out,
yeah.
and it's gonna go in the papers and TV. So somebody's gonna know you.
But
before
Raw
they
was
say,
in
"What?
jail with my man at
My
boom,
man-
boom, boom.
My man don't own no nothing. That man there, what, him, like
Him,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
like-
So
So what was the story then? What were they saying? Because I haven't seen.
oh
the
yeah,
article.
so they says no. They was just saying like Jerome, personal trainer, went prison in his teens.
Did they go into
Why
detail?
they had to?
Yeah, they put they
why
put
they
in
had
the-
to put why went prison?
Yeah,
was,
they put
there
in
was
why
no
went
need.
prison.
You could have just said
Oh,
yeah,
they-
like
oh, gosh.
dealt with was in
That is what
crime.
it is, innit?
Was in.
They're gonna, you know, bruv,
but
it's
it
the
is what it
paper.
is.
They're gonna
Yeah.
put the full,
They're
bruv.
gonna put the full thing in it. You
You're
get me?
lucky if you didn't tie someone up and them thing that they would have said, yeah, tied someone up and
Bro,
done this and that.
You get me? So
They would have
just-
done the whole of that. You're lucky your
so
story
they just put
clean.
that. What you get me, man? It's like, yeah, Jerome, personal trainer, was in jail in his teens for possession of firearm, and then was like, oh, but gained. It's like you want to put the bad first.
Yeah,
before, I
before
don't
the
know,
buck.
like,
No, but that's how you
say-
want it though.
but say like you had to have a description of like yourself. Yeah, would
Yeah.
you want
Yeah, you
your
want the bad first,
bad first,
and
then the good?
after. Yeah, that's how you want it.
What about you?
Because
No,
what you say last leaves the lasting impression.
that's true.
So if
Yeah.
they said, "Oh, Rome's has done all these good things, but he went jail firearm,"
Yeah. It's like a build man up to shut man down, innit? Where man's down already, you can only build man up. Like,
Exactly.
That's
you
true,
get me?
yeah. So
Like,
you want the
shooting out
bad
your
out the
right
way
still.
first, still. Like, yeah, done this, but he's turned it around.
Yeah, so
Exactly.
there was like, turned it around, qualifications, what now, you get me? And then they just put like a little statement I said about my experience in
that's good. Man.
the show, innit?
And bear in mind, obviously, these guys they're all in competition in terms of the media, so they're all trying to get their newspapers. sold and
Yeah.
stuff. So they're all,
Yeah,
they're gonna go for the juiciest way to present.
Yeah.
your
So
story.
basically, I think the whole overall what they were doing was just like mixed people, innit? With bare different like crazy stories kind of thing. You get me? Yeah.
So yeah, you wouldn't be the only one with the madness anyway.
No.
Not
got
that I
people
didn't
that
read
are-
others. I can't lie.
Parents for drug addicts and
Okay.
people that are been in abusive relationship. Like there's bare different stories. You get me? So everyone's got a little
It's
story to
gonna
tell.
be-
And then,
yeah, fam, I can't wait for this one. Yeah, nah.
so it's just how they go about their journey in the thing, innit? But it's difficult though. Can't lie to the
Nah,
man.
look,
them,
but
fam.
when you showed man about this show last season's one, I was thinking, right, you're going on this.
It's too much.
Like the
fam.
mountain climbs, I'm seeing the girl struck like going in the hills in the snow. She couldn't handle it no more. I'm thinking,
you can't.
and then they're in your face, you're shouting like
you
big
can't.
man.
You can't train for it because it's too unexpected.
Yeah.
You don't know what's
don't
gonna
know
happen, and you don't know how long it's gonna happen for.
That's mad.
What's the hardest part of it?
The hardest.
Yeah. The most challenging.
I think the fact that you don't know when it's gonna finish.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, you just. If I say to you, Smokes, do press ups, like, and you're doing press ups, and I'm not, and then you're asking me how much should I do, and I'm telling you
Until when I say
do
to
it.
stop.
until when you stop,
Yeah.
and like it's all been an hour, 10 minutes, hour 20 minutes, and I
man,
haven't
that's
told
still-
you to stop, like, and then you finally stop, and then you're thinking, oof,
Yeah.
that was a mad thing,
And now
then
you
I
got
go and
something
tell
else.
you to do a next madness.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I would have walked out.
That is, it's,
I would
it's-
love to see Smokes in that environment.
Me,
Yeah.
never.
it's-
That's why
it's-
only Rome's done it, fam.
That's why I only rolls.
You ain't catching me in that
Yeah, man, ain't
environment.
too right
fam.
in the head still. I don't know why I did that.
Yeah,
still.
them man are mad, fam.
No, but it's good. It's a test of character.
It's
Man.
mad though.
I would have finished on the first task, fam. But when they told man jump in, like they dash you out in the water, innit? I see that. not me, Star.
You know, when I was
Rather
younger,
drown.
I went to Plymouth. Is it Plymouth or Portsmouth? One of the two anyway. Where they do the marine training, right? Yeah. It's a little like a group expedition thing. And the Marines were telling us about the training that they go through, and you know, you actually see them as well, like going through the combats and stuff, and how you disarm people with knives and all that kind of stuff. And then there was this assault course that we had to do. It took us, obviously, we're kids then. It took us about almost 2 hours to do it. They did it in like 20 minutes with backpacks on, massive backpacks on.
Mad, you know.
And then they were telling us about how, like, the recruitment process for other kind of Marines from other countries, innit? And they were talking about is either the Chinese or one of the Asian countries anyway. One of the tasks was you had to be able to swim with both your hands and your legs tied.
What? So what's that? Is that
yeah.
that one, innit? Yeah. What's that called again?
I don't know.
So when they first jump in the water and they do that, before they come up, you gotta keep doing that. That's mad.
Fam, I see one guy do a mad swimming technique. I didn't know what that was he was doing, but he was actually getting where he needed to go. But it was mad, fam. It was just like he was just going.
He was just going.
That's all he was doing, fam. Like, you could hear it every time, fam. Like, what is that? But he's getting there, but
he's getting
as slow as possible, fam. Yeah. But he's getting there, fam. And he's floating, like. So I was thinking,
yeah, no arms and feet. That's mad, you know.
That's crazy, man.
But I suppose you got to do everything when you're going into the army or whatever, because you don't know what to expect really, and the things that you could do with your body is mad. Like, you could take your body to the limits.
I don't think it's ever the physical, because you can only be conditioned and get better and adjust to what's going on. But the mental is the whole. It's mad.
The mental will tell you something. I was chatting to my brother the other day, and he was talking about like guys, and obviously just having, if they have sightings or whatever, stuff like that. But like, if a guy is 5, like, let's say he gets older and can the guy be faithful or whatever? Just like one of those combos, innit? And then, but he's saying like a 5 foot guy that's short going through school or whatever and getting bullied, all of a sudden when he grows up at 20 something and he's 6 foot, he still has the mentality of a 5 foot guy. So he might get the piffest thing, girls might be on him, but back then he weren't getting nothing. So when he's grabbed this thing, he might just hold on to this thing and say, you get what I'm saying? Because
I know what you mean.
I didn't believe that either. I was saying once man hits 6 foot and he start getting attention, it's a different attention that he's getting from when
things change, man.
Yeah, like from before. He ain't still gonna have that mentality of a 5 foot guy.
That was a mad segue, by the way. But
No, we're gonna come back. We're segueing back still.
Yeah, that was mad, innit? Yeah, it was still.
I lie. But yeah. So do you get what I'm saying? So the mentality of,
I think in this context, the main thing is to try to kind of remove fear. So whatever situation you're in, whatever scenario you're in, you can adapt without being too scared about it.
If I'm honest, I think that whole experience, I didn't have a shit, I can't do this feeling. You get me? I don't think I went. I think it was more the living conditions, fam. Man was really struggling. I was like, like, I don't need this in my life, man. What's going on here? Like, what's going on here? Like, what? Why is this like this? Like, what? It was mad. So what? I hope you lot enjoy it.
It'd be good
9 p.m. Channel 4.
I'm telling you. So boom, from there now, obviously, from one army to another army. So he's saying, Esteban, you joining the army?
Army?
When we go to World War III?
Is there certain? I swear, there's certain countries where, like, if you go there for citizenship, like, you got to do like a little bird in the army before you can.
Oh, I'm not sure, you know.
I think some countries, it's not even citizenship. It's when you're of a certain age.
Yeah.
I think the same thing happened to what was that Tottenham player? Son.
Oh, yes. Before they won South Korea.
No matter what you're doing or who you are, you had to go back to
basically
do duties in the
no, they said that if he didn't
service.
win, if they didn't win that cup thing,
true,
he had to go.
He would have to go back.
He had to go, but they won it. He's lucky. Yo, I would have been playing out for my life. What? That one as well. I'm scoring everything. Give me the ball. Everything. You think man's going army, fam? He had to win that.
Oh, man.
Shit.
He had to. But over here, they say, so if they call us, we have to go in it.
National service, you have to. You can't say you're a citizen and not want to participate. If you're a man,
I ain't a citizen.
A woman.
Of course you're a British citizen.
I ain't no British citizen.
Don't be talking like that, you know. Like that man will revoke your stay, you know.
A lie?
Get you
Revoke
take
that,
What
fam.
do you mean
Send
not-
man back, fam.
back
how
to
can you
where
take-
though? Like,
How can you take a man back if you're born here?
Huh?
Take him where?
So just because I was born here, didn't mean I grew up here.
bottom line is,
I never asked to be born here, you know.
None of us.
All
asked.
right. I never
But
said
you're
to
here,
us, yo, get man's grandparents and shit man over here, you know, and bring the fact, bro, you could have left man in the Caribbean, fam.
but you see what you're enjoying now. People died for this, though, innit?
What's man enjoying? Yeah, my
Like
black
your
people
freedom.
died for this, fam. That's what I'm saying, fam.
Your
My
freedom.
Congolese people, fam. They kill off Congolese people, but give us phone and all of these nice things over here, fam.
So what? Are you not comfortable? Do you not feel like you're free?
No, I don't feel free. You feel free?
You don't feel free.
We're
I
freer
feel
than
to an
the
extent.
majority of the countries that's out
Yeah,
here.
no.
Free,
Obviously, in that
fam.
sense, I
Did
don't
you not-
feel free, fam.
Did you
I
not
feel
see that clip of that guy? I'm not sure whether it's North Korea or South Korea, but you know those two don't really get on.
Yeah, of course.
Well, I think it is South Korea and North Korea, innit?
And the man was trying to escape from one to the other, basically, and they were chasing him, shooting him down, you know, because they didn't want him to get to the other side. And anyway, eventually they shot him, but he eventually got to the other side.
Yeah.
And they said when he got there, he had like it wasn't the best way. He had like maggots, not maggots, like what do you call those things? Like what do you call those things
What
again?
are you laughing at, man?
Why are you digging at your nose like that, fam?
I'm not digging at my nose.
Fuck you. No,
He had
fam.
like basically
Wrestling.
he was in the worst case shape because
I'm not
either
digging.
South Korea or North Korea, they don't really have the food and stuff there, innit? You can't really do anything. There's no freedom. So man was risking his life to go to the other side.
Oh,
We don't have that here. Like you got the freedom. If you don't like, you can go to another place. You know what I mean? Like you've got that freedom here. You ain't got that over there.
No, you're right. You're right. I believe in certain. I feel like there's pros and cons everywhere, though.
No,
So I
of
feel
course.
like when you go to the Caribbean, yeah, it's a third world country, but the way they survive is so much better than here. Even the conditions, the air. Even I was talking about this yesterday when man went on the cruise. Fam, I've never smelt air in that side of the world. Obviously, man's on water, innit? So there's no land, there's no kind of pollution at all. The air was just beautiful, fam. Like man's lungs were fresh, fam.
You should go to Iceland then.
Is Iceland good as well?
Yeah, fresh air, man.
Is
Cold.
it? But it's cold though.
Yeah, but it's fresh.
But how cold is it? It's like 30, minus 30.
It's
no?
cold, but it's not that cold. In a sense that, you know, how do I put it? You know, sometimes the temperature is saying like minus 20, but
Man said,
it's not really,
Nah, but
like,
I've
without the
heard-
wind.
Fam, where I
it's
was
not
was
that
about
cold.
minus 20, fam.
but I heard like, bro, like I got a guy that you get me from work that goes to these places, and he's like, yo, it's free. Like we walk out, you got to blow dry your hair before you leave, or these things. If you walk out, you can't even have like sweat on you. Like if they say you're hot in the yard, you can't walk out, brother. Instant stick on man's head as soon as you touch out the door.
In Russia, yeah.
Russia's
I
bad
saw
as
a
well.
guy throw hot water in the air, just disappear.
Fam,
Never.
because
Never,
Russia
On
gets
YouTube.
Russia gets like that as well, minus 20, 30 degrees
Bro,
over
hot
there. It's-
water,
yeah, it's
not
peak.
cold, hot water. You threw it in the air, and the thing just disappeared.
Disappeared.
That's mad.
Vaporized.
Yeah. But yeah, man, about this war thing, obviously Trump's gone and done a madness in Iran.
So with Trump, you know, Trump doing that, yeah. Does that mean Israel is gonna back the beef? Because Israel and America are patterned, but
Well, Israel and America are united, yeah?
yeah, well, yeah, but Israel and Iran,
America
they close.
protects Israel, innit?
Okay.
Because Israel and Iran go through their own little thing anyway, but they will
I don't
back
think-
America.
I don't think
thing.
Israel need to back America.
They would have to.
They better not.
They probably have to,
They
but
would
I'm-
have to.
It's like
but
the
then
UK.
so the UK have to back
The
it
UK
as well.
would have to back America as well.
And this is my problem now, fam. Why do we have to back them, fam? I never told
Because
man
we're
to
a
go.
small island.
Yeah, but I never told man to go and airstrike over there, fam. I feel like we need to start realizing that we can stand alone without America. You know, we don't need them, fam.
You know what it is, yeah? It's all about
It's chill.
like America is just a big continent.
It's not a continent, fam.
It is a continent.
It's not. It's a
Are you
country,
alright?
fam.
And the Americas, you never heard of that? It's a
didn't say
massive
that. You
continent. That's
said
why you got
Americas,
North
though.
America and
And
South
North
America.
America is the continent, and South America is the continent. But America, the actual America is the country, no? No, it's the way you said it, though. You said America, fam. But obviously, right now, America is warring. South America is not involved in this, fam. You can't bring the Americans in this. It's America. The country is dealing with this. Trump. Nah, you have to put the blame on him, fam. We don't want to start spreading fake blame on people and then they start, they watch the YouTube thing. Oh, what? South America's involved as well?
The point I'm trying to make is, in terms of landmass,
Yeah.
UK is tiny.
Of course.
If you look at the likes of China, the likes of Russia, the likes of America.
Yeah.
So it's almost like you need someone to side with.
But this is how are we so small and managed to take over so much country? This is what I don't understand.
Continental drifting, innit? It's kind of broken up over the years.
Yeah. Straight.
But that's mad still.
It's just broken up over the years.
But I rate that the Iran leader was on some. We're not trying to beef the American people. Like,
We just want the
take them
leaders.
Don't trouble them. Leave them alone. We want the leaders.
Yeah.
That means Trump, so and so gone.
But then how do they get to them without touching the American people?
You don't have to get to them. You don't have to touch the American people.
Yeah, but how are you going to get to them?
Just
Remember, Trump rolls with about 50 cars of entourage already, alone. Just him.
There's no Iran man around there. You think they don't go for these public speeches and all of these things, fam?
Yeah, no,
man, just run at him, fam, and then just blow him up.
So it's going to
fam.
be more like a who got killed on the stand? No, was it Nixon or one of them people? Stephen.
What's that?
Who got killed? What president got killed?
It was what's his name?
Kennedy.
That's it.
Cool. Kennedy. Yeah, it's gonna have to be one of those situations. Like we're getting you directly, fam.
That's what he's on.
Okay, cool. Yeah, if you could do that without touching American people, but I don't know. We're in a place of society now where everything is just integrating. So where these people are maneuvering in countries and that, like the leader might say one thing, but there's a man on road that don't care about what the leader's saying. Like, you know what?
But
Boom.
I think is deeper than that, because like I always say, what we see on television or in the media is completely separate from what's happening behind closed doors.
100.
In some cases, personally, I believe there's no way they can kill a general without some sort of confirmation behind it.
Yeah.
Like, do you know, because that's
like
instant
kind of
war,
some kind of rat snake.
But
it's
they're saying that Congress didn't give Trump the go ahead to do that though. That's what they're saying. They say that's why this is a war.
The point
thing.
I'm trying to make is even after that happened,
yeah,
and the people of Iran were obviously upset and they were attacking the US embassy and all that kind of stuff. The Iranian government still sent the police or the soldiers to protect the US embassy. Why would they do that?
Yeah.
Like what goes on behind closed doors is not what we're privy to.
True.
And with government, with politics, right, you have to please the people on the outside, and you've also got to please the people behind the closed doors. Yeah. I don't know the conversation that's going on behind closed doors, but I find it quite strange how your top general has just been killed, but yet you're still protecting the US embassy.
Because they probably hear. It was probably him said, "Yo, Trump."
Because it's contradicting what's going on. Like you're saying that we're going to target the US, but then at the same time,
my man, they're working together. My man hit up Trump like big man.
This is what I'm saying. Like someone's had a conversation somewhere, and they've said, "Look, you man have taken out a US contractor. We can't let that go in it. We need to take somebody out." And they've gone, you know what? Fuck it. You can take this man out.
I want to be the next leader.
Is that what you believe?
Yeah, because it makes sense. It makes sense. Like
sense.
big man, like I want to be the next leader. So you know what? Wipe out my man. I don't want to deal with this.
There was a strike on US compound or whatever, and one of the US contractors was taken out. So obviously, I think with Trump as well, there is an element of just being a little bit power hungry as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Because with him, I think he's trying to position the US kind of like Russia in a sense, because you know Russia, nobody fucks with Russia.
Nobody.
Fam, why is Russia so dirty, fam?
Putin. You know what Putin's doing, right? You know what he's got? Sitting there, just waiting for man to say something. Man, just waiting for man to talk. Like, so bring up my name, innit?
What he's doing is, he's trying to make it like, if you touch US citizens or US this or US that, we're gonna retaliate, to try and instill fear in people.
Yeah.
But what doesn't really work too well is that nobody really respects Trump.
Exactly. So when he's doing these things,
it just sounds like he's throwing his toys
hit the timeline, and it's like, Trump, fam, why are you putting man? And then it makes it look worse because American doing it puts on a bigger scale. Whereas in them, like, you telling me that I didn't even know that's how they it's undercover. Trump does something, the whole world don't even like. If you look on the comments, everyone's just like, I'll send you the address for Trump myself. Well, you get what I'm saying? Everyone's trying to say, we're not involved in this. Trump's over there. You not just take it.
But the issue now is that it's going to be pressure from the citizens for Iran to retaliate.
Exactly.
Because they can't show the people what's going on behind closed doors.
So this is where
it gets tricky.
So this is where the problem comes in, because if the citizens start taking it into their own hands because they're not seeing my man doing anything, this is where the public, the general public gets in trouble now. Because they might just take it amongst themselves and want to blow up certain things and just do little calves here or underground here. Do you get what I'm saying? And just try to get certain people, because they can't. They might not directly be able to get to Trump, like them themselves.
And I heard, I think Iraq have banned US forces from Iraq, from their seas, their air, their land. Yeah.
So that's gonna cause war, because I swear Trump tried to send man out there the other day
from Kuwait.
From Kuwait to go there. Okay.
They're coming from Kuwait, not coming from
America.
Iraq is just banned.
See, that's mad, you know. But our man was, imagine before all of this come out, last week, just before the end of the year, but I'm sitting there watching TV. Why is the big advert for recruitment for the army? Like, man, ain't seen that for years. And there's little Royal Air Forces here, Royal Navy, like they do them adverts. Yeah. But this was like the army. Like, yo, we need
some.
Yeah, we need this. Yes, they was like, we need people on the front line. And the way they were selling it, the sell was way too like raw. Like, yeah, they was like, if you want this is like the best opportunity, you want to stand out and all of this, come and join the army. I looked at the mister, I said, rah, something's happening, man. Why are they recruiting, man? Why? Like, it was weird to man. Why are they recruiting like this? Like, they don't normally recruit like this. And then bam, that happens.
I personally feel like maybe, and I could be completely wrong in it, I feel like that person that took out, because he was a top general, a few people have said that when it comes down to it, it kind of feels like he's the most important, like the most powerful person, because he runs the army, most powerful person in Iran. Okay. And if you're a leader, you can't really have your general being the most powerful man in Iran. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
True.
So it could have been in both their interests, because apparently this guy has also committed a few atrocities in his lifetime.
I see a video of this guy,
killed off a few people. So it could have been in both their interests in terms of America and Iran to get rid of this dude.
That's deep, you know. Look, they're gonna come for us.
I'm just speculating, man.
You might need to put your face out there, because
I'm just speculating. I could be completely wrong in it, but I'm just reading what's thrown out there.
Man, trying to put us in the front line, yeah, not. Yes.
Man, ain't got no army to defend nothing, fam.
But I don't want to defend this country, but if they cool, man, then it's a jail thing. Then I'll sit down in jail for a couple of years.
May not be a couple of years. Still.
Might not be a couple of years.
The war might go on for a long time, innit?
No, it may be for like 10. As in you.
Just go there for 10, even if the war's a year, like you're getting the 10 years. Because the last war wasn't even that long ago, you know.
The concept of war is just so weird.
I don't think it's going to be that big to be calling it World War III, like.
Fam, you don't know. World War II was literally, it's less than 100 years ago.
Because now, Russia have condemned the US for killing that guy.
Is it? See,
China
if Russia get involved now.
Has also condemned the action.
Rome.
So it could get a bit tricky. It could get a bit weird.
There's no point even moving to Jamaica, because then that means Jamaica man have to ride with China.
The only continent to go to is Africa. Africa, man.
Straight.
Let's go back to Africa.
Yeah, fam.
When all is said and done, that's the place to be.
And you know what? Africa's, like, certain parts of Africa is getting advertised very nicely right now. Like Nigeria, Ghana, everyone's going there now. Like the Cardis and all of them. Obviously, they had the festival the other day. It's
the Year of the Return initiative, isn't it? By the Ghanaian president.
And like, why don't everyone just get up and just go?
We can, but no one, because...
Like, just get up and just go, fam.
You know what it is, yeah? If you're comparing, like... I could talk about Ghana, but not the other countries, innit? Like, if you look at Ghana and here, the difference between Ghana and here is, here you have the opportunities here are very saturated. There's not much to do, but if you do find something, there's support in place for you to do it.
Okay,
You get me? In Ghana, the opportunities are plentiful. Like, there's so much you can do. Even the things that we take for granted here, to them is a big thing. But there's no structure. There's no support. Like, for example, if you wanted to set up a business, you could potentially have a business set up in a day here. It's a very straightforward process.
Yeah.
Over there, it's not that straightforward.
It's gonna take
so it's just those kind of little things that needs to be put in place to allow people to kind of help build the country.
So if you got if let's say you got enough money, you got good money to support yourself over there, it would be a good thing to set up a business over there if you can get the structure and everything yourself.
If you can support yourself, is good, but at the same time, it's not good because it gets to a stage where you have the haves and the have-nots in it, and it doesn't really benefit the economy. Like, and if you're the only person, think about it, you're in a, as an example, let's say you're in a village and you're the only person that can actually afford to eat, but everybody else can't. It don't look right. You get what I mean?
You have to feed everyone.
This is the thing, and eventually, then you become the enemy.
Yeah, it's true.
That's true.
No, because when I'm looking at when people are going over there, like the hotels are beautiful, the yards are beautiful, things are shopping malls are nice. Obviously, they don't show us that side of it. Now everybody's going over there, and we're actually seeing what's really in the country.
But it needs to improve. Personally, I feel like the two, like there's a lot of really nice places in Africa, but the ones that I obviously have access to, I think South Africa is really, really nice. Even a place like Rwanda. People don't know about Rwanda.
I've heard of that still.
They sponsor your team, you don't even know about them.
Yeah, no, that's why I probably heard of them. Football,
but the place
makes sense. Yeah, man's heard of them still. Yeah. When I go to the stadium, it makes sense still. Come on.
This guy's chatting shit.
No, I swear down, I see. When he said it, like it was familiar to man. You get me? Fly Emirates. Fly Emirates.
The place is so clean. They're so advanced technologically, and like pretty much everything you find here, you find there. And it's like their leader is such a proper visionary. Like he knows where he wants to take it. And he's doing it. He's doing a really good job.
That's sick. So we have to go back home soon then, fam. You know what I mean?
Do you know where your home is, though?
I can make a home, fam. The motherland is home, fam. The green grass, cuz. You get me? Just pick a land, buy a land, and boom, build a yard.
Small things is that easy enough.
Well, you find a country in Africa,
it's
fam.
Not that easy.
I still don't understand why the whole of Africa has to be split up. If we all come from one place, why is it so divided, fam?
Or different countries and stuff.
Yeah, fam. Just make it one Africa, fam. So they should call it one Africa, fam. Or the United States of Africa, fam.
Yeah, it's interesting though. I mean, that's a big challenge, man.
Because if technically we've all come from there, obviously, if we was all still there, you would still have your tribes and stuff.
Yeah,
I get that, innit? But like, I feel like, this is the motherland.
The tribes, I think it was easier to manage because the respecting, innit?
Exactly.
Do your thing over there. Do your thing over there. If we need you for something, we'll holler. If you need us for something, we'll holler. But don't.
There's still a place somewhere. I don't know where it is directly. Yeah. It might be Asia or Africa or in between one of those places, but you just can't go. There's a place you can't go. Like they still hit you with bow and arrows if you try to get close to there. I can't remember what country it is. Yeah, fam, you can't go close to there still. Like your boats get close there, but you're getting hit with arrows, fam, killing you off. Because they don't want no one.
They don't probably think you got an agenda, fam.
Yeah, of course, and they don't know anything else as well.
They don't know anything else. Yeah, that's they're just used to that island, innit? That's all they know. Yeah, they've never been open to any other parts of the world.
And they've probably heard about people coming over and trying to take over and all of these things. Nah,
like we let anybody come over. Like they probably heard that country got taken over. These countries get taken over. Let them come over here. Any one man on a boat. I don't even.
One man on a boat.
One man on a boat, fam. You're not even coming
fishing,
there.
Big man.
You're dead.
Come out of it.
No, I suppose that's how you got to treat things now, innit? Like. Obviously, they probably still don't really know because they probably ain't got technology like that.
No.
They're still just...
They're just trying to protect their way of life, innit?
Yeah.
That's all it is, I think.
But the maddest thing is it must be mad to... People want to find out like how you living, innit? But you can't go there to find out how they live.
Do you think you got what it takes to run a country?
Yeah.
What do you think it takes? What do you think it takes to run a country?
Not a lot. The reason why I say that, is because I was watching the development of Dubai yesterday. So when I was watching the development of Dubai and they were making the rounding on how they had to do it in the sea and all of that, I realized you could actually own a land. Like they said that there's other things coming up. Now they built that. They're building other lands, but the lands are coming up naturally underneath the water, like the sand and all that.
It's not naturally.
But not that their one's man-made, innit?
Yeah.
Because they've pumped so much things in, it's starting to rise up. So basically, now what happens is that there's other islands. So they said that it costs between 6 million to 36 million to own like a piece of land in the sea. Let's say an island just comes up to own an island costs like between 6 to 36 million. That's without anything being on it. That's just sand.
So what's that got to do running a country?
Well, man can run that. Don't take a lot.
But that's just part of the country.
It's a country though. No, that's not part of the country. That's a whole new island. They're saying like you can buy that as a whole new island before anything is on it.
But
Before
Richard
you
Branson
build.
has his own island.
Yeah, he has, innit? And it costs like 30 grand a night to stay in it. Or
Something like that,
Yeah.
yeah. Like, no, I think it's like, yeah, I don't know how much it
Alright,
costs,
so
yeah.
let's say you run the country. Yeah, what 3 rules would you have? What you would put in place?
Country.
A country, not a town, not no city, a country. That
Country. All right, so we're
Three-
talking like a proper like England now.
Yeah, so
we're not me running
Any
joke,
country.
innit?
any country you can
Yeah,
run.
you run it-
Let's
you run
say
your
England,
country,
but what 3 rules would you have?
That's tough, you know.
That's
I think
tough,
for me, the
man.
first thing would be innocent until proven guilty.
So that's already a law, fam.
Nah,
But they don't mean
it's
that in
guilty
public.
till proven innocent.
Yeah, but that's in the public eye. It's different.
No, it's guilty, fam.
Nah, listen,
Till
nah,
proven
Yeah,
innocent.
it's guilt.
I'll
But
give
I'm
you an
saying in the
example,
law
like,
now.
I'll give you an example. Who's that boy from that guy from is it JLS or something?
Yeah, I can't remember
Oh
his
yeah,
name
what's
though.
his name?
Ortiz.
I
Is it
don't know his
Ortiz?
name, man. But he was wrongfully accused for was it rape or something?
Yeah, probably.
But at this point, but that's forever attached to his name now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because he was accused of it, and then he was found innocent.
But does that make you guilty though? They still
But
have to
it's
prove
still
that
attached
you get
to
one.
you.
Yeah, it's
Because
still-
of the society though, the people attach it to you. So now he's left. The court has said you're innocent. Go live your
Like
life.
you see how they
under
deal
your
with
name.
kids here, for example.
Mm.
They don't release identity of the kids
Yeah.
until everything is done. Even if they're below a certain age, they don't even
Yeah, under 18.
they don't
Yeah,
even
yeah.
review their what do you call it, their identity. But in normal cases, once it's like they've gone through all the processes, and if they're guilty, then they're guilty, innit? If
Yeah.
they're innocent, then they haven't been affected because no one knows.
No
that
one
they're going through
knows.
this. Do you
But,
get what I'm saying?
but that comes down to what I'm saying with the general public. Then is it us that is doing it to the people?
Yeah,
That's-
but no, I think it's the system. Imagine like
Yeah.
having to go back to your job after being accused of rape.
Yeah.
Even if you're innocent, it's a weird thing,
'Cause
man.
remember, they're gonna want statements of everyone. Like, so if you went in for rape, like, they're gonna
Yeah.
want statements of everyone in the bus garage. Like, how was this person? Like,
Yeah.
How did he?
But then this
So-
one,
And then
oh,
people
it's-
be saying, well, come to think of it,
Come to
actually,
think-
it was actually a
Yeah.
bit weird, like
Yeah.
what
But
Tuesday,
But then that
you
still
know?
comes down to the
Tuesday,
people,
you
fam.
know?
That's not even the law. Because now if you go jail, and let's say you're on remand for this thing, you're not proving nothing, just on remand, you got in papers for
Yeah.
being accused of rape. Fam, man gonna punch you up, fam. For coming in, like, you
is
shouldn't
what I'm
even be
saying.
accused of
Innocent,
this,
innit?
fam. But I'm like, bro, big man, I'm not guilty. What's
Now
up?
there was one you in jail. He was like he got like 2-3 counts of the thing, fam. Like, but Bear Man was giving him bit like not ratings, but he was moving a bit bossy around.
Yeah, but the
ring. I'm
count-
like, why
but-
is this guy moving like that?
Aye,
Like,
but you know what I
this
would say,
guy's-
yeah?
But obviously, he had people that was saying,
Right.
"Nah, it wasn't him." man,
But
where
counts
he did-
make it sound even worse because you know what? Like, cool. For people that's never been to court or done jury service, in the public eye, like, yo, you get done for rape, it's rape, innit? So let's say, I don't even want to bring him up. Anyway, let's say the artist that's going through
Solo.
yeah. So let's say Solo's going through his thing right now. He's got like, 30 counts of it.
Yeah.
Now, 30 counts is a lot of counts, but when you break down the counts, yeah, like they will give you like a 1 count for penetration, another count for oral, another count for sucking breast, another count. Fam, all these, but Big Mac, they might, no, it's true, they might give you 10 counts
For
within
the
one act.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
So when you read it out,
When you
now,
read it out, it sounded like
It's like,
like
yeah,
rah.
you've
Like,
done this 30 times.
yeah,
not
but you
knowing,
haven't done
like-
it 30
yeah.
times. You've done it one time. But, and I'm not saying it's right or you
No,
get
no,
what
no,
I'm saying?
no. The man,
I'm
no,
saying
we're
how
gonna
they
say
break
that.
down counts is
Yeah.
it makes it sound
But this
way
is why
more.
I'm saying, for me, it would be innocent until proven guilty. And your identity should not be released until there's conclusive evidence
All right.
that you're guilty.
That's a good idea then.
That's what I'm saying. 'Cause
Okay,
right now,
yeah, that makes
That's
sense.
it's the
one
other
rule.
way around.
Second rule.
Somebody else go in it. I'll give him my first. Next.
Yeah, go on, Ron.
Everyone has to do gym. It's Rose. It's gym day.
Everyone has to learn 3 languages. fam. You have to.
Yeah. That's
What
that's a
languages
good one.
though?
Whatever
Any 3 languages.
whatever the
three.
most the
The
most
top 3.
spoken language in the world is. You have to learn that. You have
So
to.
it's like Mandarin, English, and what?
Oh no, Spanish, whatever, Polish, whatever.
Spanish would be
I
good
think it's
to learn.
French actually.
French,
Oh,
innit? I
French.
think French is up there.
French. Most of Africa speak French.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So French, English, and Mandarin. Not Mandarin. There's actually you have Cantonese and you've got Mandarin.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Just for like
Chinese
more
too.
unity, innit? And more togetherness, like. But you have to.
That
Still.
would be actually quite nice, actually.
Yeah,
Like
fam.
you're
That
forced to learn it.
They're forced, like
And
you have
once
to.
because once you do learn it, it'll probably be a great
It'll
asset.
take you through bare things,
Fam.
like, give you way more opportunities.
Because you know what, when as a teenager, when you're learning these languages, you've got to go French class. And no, what am I going French for? Man, I ain't even gonna go
Man,
France.
ain't even
fam.
French.
I ain't French, fam. Fuck France. Then man get
Right.
older. No, I'm just saying as a
Yeah,
young
yeah.
man, then you get older. Man go France now. You want to know what that wine is,
Yeah.
and you get me. You might go to a
Yeah.
dip because I've gone to Spain. When I went to Spain, I went to a Spain part where there was no English, fam.
Nah, but the ones that they teach us in school, though, the French, is nonsense.
It's basic,
It's
innit?
not real. Like, you're not going to be able to have a conversation with somebody. They need to do it properly. Like, you get me? Like, treat
Yeah.
it like science or maths or English.
Yeah,
like,
true.
Proper. So that you can actually have a conversation with somebody.
And
I
it
like
is-
to see when I see footballers, for example, because they're playing different countries, they know so many languages. Like, one person can know like 5 languages. He can speak German. He's talking to journalists in German, in French.
Managers
I've got a
are-
brethren- I've got a
managers are
brethren that
special
speaks
at that.
like 6 languages.
It's mad.
Fam. Easy, fam. I'm
Yeah.
like, how you just...
But a
How
lot
do
of the
you-
European is that most of the countries are similar, so you can
You
can mix. If it's
Like-
them,
like
but
the
if man are
Portuguese and the
learning
Spanish,
5,
like.
but if man are learning
It's
5,
different.
Apparently, Italian and Spanish are quite similar.
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
And
Portuguese and
I didn't even
something.
realize that the Brazilian Portuguese and the Portugal Portuguese are a
It's
little
different.
bit
Yeah,
different.
it's
Yeah,
different.
they
It's
are
different. It's
different
different
Still,
still.
yeah.
I was gonna say, I don't know
But
that
yeah,
one.
languages are that's
But
a
that's
good one.
like, what?
But the Spanish is similar. Like the Colombian
in
Spanish is
Nigeria,
different
like,
than Spanish.
The Igbo and the Yoruba thing's different.
Yeah, different languages.
But it's you're in the same place, fam.
Yeah, but that's like India. You got like 115 languages.
In India.
115.
Yeah, or more actually, probably more. In
It's like
That's
England.
crazy.
In England, we've got what? 3?
You don't have
Got-
different
got
languages,
English.
fam.
No, we've got
Actually,
London.
there we do.
We've got London
what,
because
what we got?
Welsh
English.
speaks-
That's what we
Welsh,
speak.
but the Welsh speak something different.
He said England. He
yeah,
didn't
so
say
English
UK.
still.
Oh,
But
English.
UK.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
what he
4
meant.
different
what I think. You
languages.
can't say England. It's the UK.
Fam, what? Don't the people up in Newcastle speak different? They have a little different. Then have a.
That's an
Accents.
accent, fam. We're talking about a
No,
language.
I feel
language.
they got different words in that, fam. Like
It's
when
not
you go
a
up
different
there,
language.
Fam,
man.
we
It's-
got different words.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. So London, we got our own little thing, but they don't talk like us.
But you could have a conversation with them.
Of course, man can have a conversation with anyone.
Is slang a language?
Technically,
It's a deviation of a language, isn't it?
Mm.
Or derivative of a language, I should say. It's
slang is just a short. It's a short of the normal language, isn't it?
like if
Not really, because there's a whole there's bare different words like.
Yeah, but I'm saying but we make our own. Like so, a lot on opposition, we'll say ops. It's a short version of the actual
but
there's
language.
not really, not
no,
really.
but there's
It is.
words that are
Yeah.
completely different.
All right, like what painting?
No,
yeah, even
Yeah,
that.
painting.
Yeah, even that.
Yeah, it's different. Yeah.
It's like a whole different thing.
Yeah, you get me. Okay, so we got our own. That's what I'm saying. We got our own language, fam. London has our own different thing.
Nah, not London.
Not London.
Some parts of London.
All right, the ghetto.
Straight.
Let's be honest, fam. The ghetto, fam.
But not
The inner London, not the outer London.
Not really, because the posh have it as well, fam.
Yeah, I would understand.
Like
some of the
Rosalie,
things.
that's a mad thing. What's that?
What's what?
Rosalie.
Tea.
Tea, fam. What?
Mad, it's
Rosalie's tea,
Yeah.
but tea is also dinner.
crazy.
Yeah,
You know
I
the
don't
English
know.
language itself is just messed
It
up.
says,
Yeah,
it's you know what I thought? I thought they were just, there's one day they took it serious and then they said,
it's-
come just start fucking about. Like.
It just doesn't make sense.
It didn't make. I feel like we made it make more sense when they shipped over black people. Then English started getting better.
This guy is always coming back.
No, if you think about it, if you think about the language before, because I've listened to certain books here, like for example, The Richest Man in Babylon. That's like an older book, but it's in that time the way it's read or whatever, and it's
Charles
like,
Dickens time.
yeah. So like the whole language was a whole different language.
Who? Charles who?
Dickens.
Yeah.
What's wrong with this guy?
Why is he trying it?
He's trying
Why is he
to.
trying it?
I'm trying to rope you, know, bro. Just reaching.
He's hanging
fam.
himself, you know. Like, what's wrong with him?
Is this guy alright, fam? You know, it is. I thought of someone. I was thinking of someone else, innit? But I thought he
Who's
fucked
thinking,
up.
roll
innit?
down, roll down.
Would you?
Yeah, I think I was thinking.
He's just what?
Come on,
Is
yeah,
I didn't want to say it because
Roald Dahl.
Yeah, he was just thinking of Roald Dahl.
I'm thinking of someone else that wrote a book in it, but I thought you
right.
got the name wrong in it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking of old.
I know my
Yeah.
I don't know no books. Still. No Robert Greene. He's a regular.
48 Powers, yeah.
Yeah, I was listening to that the other day. To be fair,
You believe in that?
Man used to read a lot of Benjamin Zephaniah books still.
Never heard of him.
Yeah, the Benjamin Zephaniah.
No, that time that you come in the group when you got onto Pele, that time, yeah. I said, what kind of Benjamin?
Yeah, because you know Pele, he write yeah,
him and illness was going in. But yeah, no, that book.
You believe in it?
I believe some parts of it. Like the stories in it of certain things are like, yo, it makes sense. Like, you know what, with certain when it comes to books, yeah, completely. Like, so we already know these stuff. It just triggers something in our mind to give us the motivation to do what we've been telling ourselves to do. But when someone else tells you this is what you can do, it's like, all right, I can do it then. But I've been thinking of doing this all the time, but we technically just don't. But the 48 laws of power, there's certain, for example, what you said about my man being more powerful than the actual leader. That's in it. They're like, yo, you can't be seen to be more powerful than the leader. Or the leader and all of them will, you get what I'm saying? True. So that's a prime example right there.
It's like if you're on road, yeah, and say you're like the plug or something. Yeah. Like you bring, and when you got your right hand, like, you get me, you give him the food, but he's got the young bucks on smash kind of thing. Yeah. The young bucks don't know the plug, so every time the plug does come round, the young bucks like, right, who's this, like, and he ain't got the respect. My man, the plug might feel away.
But it depends, though, innit?
But if you're a real plug, you shouldn't feel away, because I don't want to be known.
That's what I was gonna say. Some people,
but some plugs want the respect still.
Yeah, those ones don't last long.
Yeah, they're the ones that don't last. You need to be out there not known. Like, who is my man? Don't even worry about him. You get me? You make him look like the man. Then I'll just walk through like an idiot.
Yeah. Like, even growing up, in the ends as well. Like, I knew people who were selling to people in the area who thought they were bosses, innit? Not knowing that they were getting it from the guy like 2 blocks away.
Yeah.
You know that one? Yeah. And he's looking at them like youngsters. And they're thinking, we're the bosses kind of thing.
Yeah, look at man thing. Like, I would sit in my yard and look at all of them just selling off man's food. They don't even know it's me. And I walk past at the shop. Like, how you guys doing? You all right over there?
Yeah, that's the best though.
Yeah, that's the best, fam.
It's the discreet life.
But they're like, right, where you going with them boot there, fam? Like, right. But I'm the reason why you got them boot. You got that there, like.
You get me?
Like, furthermore, I'm putting a whole drought on this thing.
You know, like that. Like, you know what? When you chatting to a man like that, there's no food in the ends right now. Everyone's phoning up like there's a drought. Why is there a drought? Because the plug's just looking over and I don't want to give man no food, you know.
Yeah, it's mad still.
That's mad still, but yeah. No, I do like that book though.
I don't think it works for everybody though.
No, I don't.
Yeah, I think
if you got it, you got it.
It's for a select group of people with a particular set of personal traits.
And I feel like I got bare of them traits, you know.
Is it?
You know what? I'm not even trying to big myself up, but certain times I listen to the book, I'm like, right, I do this. Oh, right, yeah. Right. And then I'm like, why am I even listening to this book, fam? Fuck this.
But the funny thing is, once you learn these 48 so-called powers of what do you call laws of power, isn't it manipulation though?
It is. The whole game's a manipulation, because one of my favourite books is How to Win Friends and Influence People.
Yeah, something Dale Carnegie.
Yeah.
Big boy.
He knows, fam, because that's based on manipulating people. But manipulating people, you're at the same time as you are manipulating them, you're giving them something that they want.
It's good manipulation.
It's good manipulation.
It's not.
So when I start reading this book, everything is, if you want to get further in life, you have to use manipulation, whether it's good or bad, innit? Just certain tactics that people use, and business people are great at these tactics. Like, even in that book when they're talking about going into an interview and showing go there, stern, handshake, look in a man's eyes or the woman's eyes or whatever the interview. You get what I'm saying? And make them know.
But the funny thing is that stern handshake, someone might get intimidated as well.
Yeah.
You got to do it in between.
Yeah, you can't
do it too firm and not too soft.
But then do it with a smile. Make sure you smile. Make sure you look in the eyes. Present yourself. Boom. Like, it gives you a whole.
Why you got to do it in between? Because that might give off a next.
If you shake someone's hand, you're firm, and you're smiling in their face, it's almost like I'm taking over you.
Can't lie, fam.
But if you shake, do you know what it is? Sometimes your appearance, not like your physical size, can also, because it might be intimidating. Like, for example, someone like you, if you shake someone's hand hard.
Yeah.
To them, it's almost like, oh, this man just dominating, man. Like,
Yeah, like you're mugging them, fam. But if you come
I
through
I don't get that.
No, because you come through on a calm thing, like, yo, well, it's cool.
Yeah.
If you went through on a grabbing man's hand on a, like, well, go on and pull man in on a bump man's shoulder, man's going to feel away, fam. Like, there's going to be bare man feeling.
You just got to read people and adapt.
Is it because you had no control of the situation though?
This is the thing. People want to feel like, let's say you go for a job interview, right?
Yeah.
And the man interviewing you shaking his hand, and you obviously firm. Already you're showing I'm stronger than you. Yeah?
Not necessarily.
Then you're looked him in his eye as well, like proper. It just feels intimidating to him or her. Like you wouldn't shake a woman's hand firm, would you?
I had a guy that was teaching me my level 3 personal training, yeah, and he studied NLP, innit?
What's that?
Oh, I don't want to say the word, it's long, fam, but I don't want to mess up, fam. But you find it on Google, you get me.
You would have dropped himself with it, man.
Yeah, it's a mad long word, fam. But basically, he's like, all of that handshake and stuff don't mean that because he will just control your subconscious.
How does that work?
You have no control of.
Yeah, but how? As in what?
This is what I'm saying. You need to read the book.
Nah, I think it's nonsense, man.
It's not.
I hear you,
fam.
but
no, it's not because he done it in front of man, fam.
Yeah, but the handshake thing does work though, fam.
No, I agree with him in the sense that the handshake thing is not. Yeah, it's not all there.
Yeah,
but I agree that sometimes what's going on up here isn't what you're aware of.
Yes. So imagine a man controlling your subconscious, fam. That you have no control over yourself.
Yeah.
No, it's not control. I think they can tap.
Tap
into
into
it.
that.
So basically, tap into it.
Intermittently, it's not-
cool.
yeah.
But tap into your subconscious and make you do certain things that you like, rah.
Yeah, but bro, that's what I'm saying. How to win friends and influence people is part of that. Like, bro, as I said, I was chatting to Miz with this other day. Like, brother, I used the tactic out of that book on her, and it worked.
Yeah, because the guy, well, there was a quiet you in my class, like, he was quiet, fam. Quiet, fam. You would even, fam. By the end of the course, fam, he was the loudest youth in the class. And it didn't make sense to me, fam. He was like, yeah, because I did certain things and you get me? I was
certain
like,
people
right,
know how
that's
to
mad.
do it. Certain people know how to tap into that. Like, and if you know how to tap into that,
But it's a simple thing, you know.
But most of it is.
It's really, really better. For example,
I know what Steve gonna say.
like,
Go on.
it's almost like let's talk about maybe compliments. Yeah.
All right, that's what I was gonna jump on. Basic. That's all it is.
Someone who compliments someone all the time. Yeah. You might think about it like, actually, yeah, but you always say this, innit? Like you always say the same thing, but it still has an effect on them.
Of course, and that's part of what the tactic that man used in the book was. That like compliment. Like they said, sometimes you want someone to do something for you, instead of telling them and nagging at them to do this.
Yeah.
Show them a compliment. Say, listen, like let's say for example, what man done. I was like, yo, babes, I know you don't like to do this certain thing all the time.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And you know what? But I still appreciate you. Like, I still love you. Like, no matter what, rare. You don't even have to do that.
Yeah.
It's called.
It kind of taps into them, like, bro, like you've told them something about what you like, what you would want them to do, but you're not asking them to do it because you still love and appreciate them. So for them now, because you still appreciate them, in their head, they want to do that. And it worked. Well, she actually done the next day. Like, I come back and I was like, rah! Like what I said throughout there.
Yeah, none of your tricks are gonna work from now on, anyway. No,
I told her already. I already told her, but it still will work though. Don't worry.
I got a good way, yeah, especially if you're in a difficult relationship, yeah, is, you know, like some people just don't like being told what to do.
Yeah,
they hate it.
Yeah,
like no matter how you go about it, they'll actually do the opposite. They want to make a stand.
Yeah, that's probably me still.
So what a good way to do for that is, what worked for me may not work for you, is when I'm talking to my friend on the phone, yeah, I'll make sure the person's within earshot, innit? And I'll say the things that I appreciate. I'm not talking to her. I'm talking to my brethren, innit?
Yeah.
And if she's for you, she will take that on board
and she'll pattern it. Yeah.
And she'll do it because you didn't tell her, innit? She's just doing it because she feels like, actually, I've heard that this is what he's saying.
Yeah. So
let me do it.
Also, when you feel like you need to do that, you just jump on the phone to anyone and then...
It's not like every 2 minutes, innit?
Jump on it,
listen, I really like when God take the trash, you know, like...
when man wants a birthday present, you know what? I really like those Vegas, you know, New York.
Neuro-linguistic programming.
Okay.
Still don't know what that means.
Neural.
That's a mad thing.
And everything to do with the brain. linguistics, obviously speaking.
You know what I'm saying?
Programming, innit?
Programming, yeah. Now program the brain, there.
Yeah, so read up on that, innit?
Yeah, man, we'll check that out still. That sounds hard.
Jesus, Rome just ruined that soul for you,
Innit, fam?
I'm going for the Christian, man.
Messed up the whole soul for you,
just
know.
look, and it's mad, you know, because I always clock it
When the visuals come out, yeah.
No,
When the visuals come out, you just see the chair just look mangled,
when we finish,
waiting for Dan to hit man up.
always comes in and fixes the chair. I watch him like, he always does. I'm like, yeah, that was me still, man.
We say, man, always have to fix your chair, yeah?
Oh, man.
Don't go silent now, fam. Chat to the Insta people, man.
I don't want to chat to them, family. Hey, 9 p.m. Channel 4, you don't know.
9 p.m. Channel 4, yeah, that come
get
on.
me.
Hey, what we say for this Wiley now? Wiley's tearing up the timeline right now. He's warring Ed, warring
I think Wiley
Stormzy.
has a
Dot Rotten.
big game plan
Biggest. The
that
biggest.
no one can see.
The biggest.
It's all about
But what you don't understand,
Yeah.
it naturally get defensive over, innit?
But people are getting upset with Wiley. Oh, Wiley's old, he's washed up. From Wiley is still making hits, you know.
Yeah, of course.
Fam,
Producing certain people's beats and that.
Fam, no, but I'm saying, look at the track that he made with Popcorn the other day. Is it Popcorn?
Yeah.
Yeah, that tune. He's got a few tunes bubbling that are like, yo.
I don't think it's about age anymore. You
It
know?
can't be. It's not age and hate.
It's about
People-
relevance and are you still relevant and you still making good content?
But Wiley,
And he's
will always
relevant.
be relevant. Like, you've marked your name so sick
In
that
the
it
game,
can't
yeah.
be forgotten. Can't forget.
And you know
Wiley.
what I like about him as well is that he don't even have to be. His face don't need to be out there for his name to be.
Ringing.
Yeah, he's put himself in a place where, alright, that's Wiley, innit? Like if Wiley don't turn up to the show, then people will know. If Wiley ain't in a music video,
No,
it
it's
don't
not
really
even
matter.
That's actually quite clever. I think what it is,
Yeah, that's
is
clever.
he's made himself exclusive.
Yeah.
Do you understand? I think that's what's really clever about it. It's because people don't feel like they have access. Obviously, his close friends and that have access to Wiley in it, but in terms of the industry.
But are you really exclusive if you're always going at everyone
But if
for
you're,
any mistake they make?
but no one ever bumps into you. Like they never see you.
Okay, yeah.
That's
yeah.
true still.
So if you want to, I don't know why.
And he's talking crud as well. Like, he's on some, come link, man, if there's an issue. Like, come. Like,
No, but
come-
people see Wiley though.
No.
Wiley's out in the streets, you know. He's been videoed bare times and doing mad things, like just in the street. People are seeing him in the street.
But in terms of this beef, I want to know, like, why would you diss someone that pays homage to you? Like,
For Wiley, I think this is just all games. For me personally, I think, he's just having fun with it. He knows that music's going to be released. I don't think he has a real problem with Stormzy.
What's the issue? Did he have an issue with the
I
track?
don't think he has a
but
real...
you can't.
I feel like he has a
understand
problem
if he's
with Ed.
getting onto someone to build their career, but Stormzy's already
Yeah,
self-made.
so that means between the scene, like, cool. I feel like it's on a worldwide scale now, innit? So whatever happens is magnified and whatever, blah blah blah. Whereas if it was just London and man were doing this with their music, everyone would have their little friendly back and forth. Like when Drake and Jay-Z has that friendly
know
back
what?
and forth, yeah, no one says nothing.
I don't even think it's.
You
that.
get what I'm saying?
Do you know what it is? I think like Wiley's, he's made his money, he's made his mark, and he's just having fun.
He's having fun, fam.
That's
He don't
all
care.
it is.
Yeah,
Because
but your fun could potentially done a man's career, like.
Yeah, but then it's for them.
Wiley, done whose
No,
career?
they're
He could
the
finish
artists,
someone's-
Whose career?
like the other artists.
the other artists. If he goes like back and forth this track in them, it's like rah.
But I mean,
Obviously,
initially,
they still remain relevant because you're beefing Wiley, but
but for example,
potentially-
yeah, with Wiley and Stormzy, yeah, their audiences are a little bit different.
really, why?
Like for example, let's say Wiley had a back and forth with let's say a lesser known artist, yeah. Or no, not a lesser known artist, an artist who was predominantly known by, let's say, our culture, yeah, within the what do you call it, grime scene.
Yeah,
He could done his career
yeah.
because after that, everyone knows
Yeah,
that
yeah.
Wiley. But that that audience is only a small set for Stormzy.
Yeah.
But that's what he's trying to say. He's trying to say that Stormzy used the grime scene to do what he's doing.
That's what he's supposed to do.
Dabble
He's supposed to though.
Yeah, but is he technically using it? If he still uses the scene, it's not like he's saying that he left it. I don't see Stormzy ain't left the scene, fam.
Yeah.
He's always been
he's
in
making-
the
he's
scene
making
and he
other
makes
tunes.
other music.
Yeah, but even if he's
but he's in the scene, fam.
listen, even if he's making ballads now, that's what you're supposed to do.
But hold on, one
No,
minute.
you're meant to make balance. I'm saying, but the way Wiley's talking is like he's left the thing. I
It
still
don't matter.
look at Stormzy
But
as
isn't your goal to
Yeah.
build something for people to?
yeah, no. I'm
eat
not.
off
Listen,
that?
I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm just saying how Wiley looks at it. Wiley's looking at it like he's left. I'm saying he hasn't left. No matter how big he is, you can still look at Stormzy
but
and
even-
know
that's not
Stormzy
why
is going to
beefing
drop a
Stormzy.
grime
But
track.
even if
Not
he's
why
left, yeah, it's not an issue.
No, it's not an issue.
Even if he's left, because at the end of the day, it's all about progression. Yeah, and when you look at the biggest genres in the world, obviously, you know, grime has birthed a lot of artists in it.
Yeah.
But maybe that's what it's there for.
But I'm looking at it like
probably
I'm
both
looking
all
at
the
it from
artists.
Wiley's
Yeah.
point of view. Wiley's looking at it like, why do man have to leave the scene to grow bigger? Whereas why can't you take now? I'm only looking at this. This is where I see his kind of angle. Like when you look at hip hop, yeah, hip hop was like grime. Let's say it started like grime. It was small.
Yep.
The Jays and the Nas's have taken that genre to the number one genre in the world.
It had to.
Do you get what I'm saying?
It
No,
had to
it had to evolve.
You can't
And I'm not
take
saying
grime as it is now and expect it to be
but
worldwide.
no, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. But I'm saying the music now that Stormzy now makes or whatever, the kind of sound that he makes, I feel is the evolvement of grime. It's still grime. Not all of it. Obviously, he has his sing songs and whatever, the side ones. But I'm saying when he's doing the Skengman tracks, that is the evolution of grime. Hence, what like with Jay-Z, it's evolution of hip hop. He's taken it. So for me, he hasn't left grime.
Yep.
He is
But
taking
if remember,
grime
Stormzy's
higher.
Human, fam. So you do grime to make your money, but you still want to do tunes for people to.
Yeah, cool. Because them man are
Dance
world.
up in there.
Remember, his thing now is not only grime, like what you said. He's a worldwide artist now. Man's going on a world tour this year, fam. World, brother. The world ain't just listening to grime, bro. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So his level is a whole
I
different
think,
level, right?
yeah,
now.
grime as it is, or as we knew it to be, that doesn't appeal on a world stage. Let's be honest about that. It doesn't appeal on a world stage. You understand? It has
Depends what
for
tracks are dropping, though.
Yeah,
'Cause
certain tracks. But
Stormzy probably can put that on a world stage, like the Skengman and all
no,
of
but
these
those
tracks.
ones are like what do you call it? Like you said, in it, it's evolved from what it was to where it is now. For it to become on a world platform, like accepted worldwide, it has to evolve.
Yeah.
And I don't see a problem with that. If he wants to kind of, change it up a little bit and do little ballads, like that's
Even though Stormzy's changing it up, he's still paying homage. fam. If he goes an interview and says, "Right, who was you listening to, or who was your idol growing up?" But he
gonna
screams
say Wiley.
Wiley.
Like I
He
said.
screams these things, fam. So why are you getting that?
this
man?
conversation is not even worth it. I think Wiley just having
I
fun.
feel like
Wiley's
Wiley's
having
got
fun,
an
bro.
issue with Ed Sheeran.
He's got a problem with Ed Sheeran.
And
That's where his
Stormzy's
problem is.
round. Huh?
Why?
Because he feels like Ed Sheeran has jumped on.
in the UK.
No,
fam.
because he feel like Ed Sheeran jumped on grime and then bust out. That's
So?
what people are not liking, fam.
Yeah, but so
Oh, wait, 1 minute. Did Ed Sheeran jump on grime? That's
He
not
jumped
what
on
how
grime. He
Ed.
jumped on grime. No, he didn't. I'm not saying he
That's
blew
not how
up. I'm not
he-
saying
yeah.
he blew up off grime. I'm saying he's coming to the scene.
What do you mean he's
He-
coming to this? He's from the scene, fam.
Ed Sheeran ain't from grime.
Where's Ed Sheeran from?
The Rhodes family was busking.
Where is he from?
Busking?
No, where is he from?
I don't know where
to be
he's
fair,
from.
though,
Bro.
the
He's
first time I
busking,
saw
brother.
Ed
Huh?
Sheeran was
Busking wasn't grime. So imagine if he's come from the roads of busking on the street and making peas to now jump
Listen
on.
to what-
And
He
I'm
was
not
spitting,
saying
you know, he was-
no. He
you're
no, he
not-
was
you're not-
spitting as well.
you're not
Don't
getting
get
what
twisted.
I'm
I'm not saying that he's not spitting. You know. So what I'm saying with Wiley now, he's saying that you've built your thing, you've used them, you've jumped on because early career he was doing music with all the man them from early. That's cool. Now he's looked at it like you've made a whole different thing, gone worldwide, and you come back. Now you're the biggest thing in the UK.
You're not
You're the
hearing
biggest
what
thing in
I'm
the world.
saying,
the
fam.
world, yeah.
You
You
get
know
what I'm
what
saying?
I'm saying, fam? Where is he from, fam?
I don't
He's
know where
from the
it's
sea. He's from the ends of grime, yeah?
Maybe.
Grime's just not for one people.
I
fam.
don't know where. I can't tell you where Ed started. Like where I don't know where his original sound was. I don't know what his original sound is. If I'm honest, man jumped on Ed late. You get what I'm saying? Well, I don't know. This guy's a idiot.
But the funny thing is though, yeah, if now okay, Ed Sheeran started from grime, right? Then he obviously did other things, and now he's the biggest artist in the world. Even so, he's come back. He's helped Stormzy also get to almost a similar level. He's put people like H and what's his face, the other guy's name,
JK.
on his album, on his song. Like these are things he doesn't have to do. Ed Sheeran's making $500 million off his tour. He doesn't need to do all this stuff.
It's like $500 million, you know. Yeah, I didn't think that. I told you already. I didn't think H and JK should have been on the track anyway.
That's not what we're talking about.
You know what it is? It just seems like if you've done grime in your time, you need to give Wiley some money. That's what it seems like.
Man's on some taxing thing.
Yeah, that's what it is. He's on some taxing.
If you're passing through grime,
taxing,
give man 100 bags if you want jumping.
If you've ever jumped on a grime track, you need to run some P to me because I created this.
Yeah, I'm the tax man.
That's what it sounds like to me.
Huh?
Yeah,
Wiley created grime.
He did.
Wiley created grime.
Yeah, because he was in garage at first, and then he changed the sound of grime. Man, he was Wiley Cat first. He changed, then he made all the.
He didn't collectively. Everyone's saying that Wiley created
so
grime.
Basically, there was like this is how the original story goes. If I can remember back in the day, there was another brother that actually made the beats, innit? And Wiley catted.
What, the Eskimo beats?
Yeah, but Wiley took the sound from this brother, and that's why he was Wiley Cat. And then I don't know, but this is obviously this is me. I was young in it.
Wiley's gonna come for you.
Yeah, he's probably gonna come for man still. But originally I don't think he was that. He took the sound and ran and took it to another level. Yes, but I think the original brother. I don't know.
Every great artist stills.
Yeah, that's what I hear as well. But I don't know if that's the full facts. This is when I was young. This is when the scene was new.
To say that. It's very difficult when it comes to grime because I feel like so many other artists have had a hand.
No, but he started as in the sound, the first ever of, because he was in Pay As You Go, grime, garage thing.
Yeah, but
and then
for it to pop off, people had to jump on it.
No, people had to jump on it, but he was the first one to like really do the lyrical thing and really put on the beat and do like, I swear even like one of the original tracks that he made was. I'm not convinced about that. What do you call it? That song was the like.
Yeah, I'm not really convinced. I don't think.
But then obviously you got the rest of the crews because Nasty Crew was there.
Sure. I don't think it's fair to say that Wiley single-handedly created grime. I don't.
For me, I rated Nasty Crew better. I feel like anyone from
grime on Google, well, his name come up still. Obviously, along with Dizzy Rascal, Kano, and Lethal B in it.
Yeah.
They say Wiley's considered one of the pioneers.
Yeah, he is.
One of the pioneers.
He has to be.
100%.
Yeah, of course.
Kano has to be. Gets has to be. Like the crews in it have to be.
But what it is, it's cool. You can spit on grime, but who created the tempo,
that sound,
Wiley.
For you to spit how you're spitting on the sound?
I need to do the research.
It's Wiley.
It has to be
Wiley.
Wiley.
It's definitely Wiley. It's Wiley. We give it to Wiley, fam.
You have to.
You ain't got a choice, fam.
Whoever created that sound and the first person to spit on that sound created grime.
So wait, without Wiley, what was that song, that Mo Fire Crew song?
Wait, who's that?
So what? That whole sound.
Wiley done it first.
Wiley created that whole sound.
Yeah, fam. No. Wiley done. Remember Wiley dropped before that?
Nah, man, come on. I'm sure Lethal B will have an issue with that. No.
Lethal B?
Come on, like, it's not just...
Lethal B.
Does Lethal B even produce rhythms?
No, what I'm saying is, distortion. It's not just one person creating. Like, you might start off here, innit, and people change it up and stuff. It's just like hip-hop, like how it evolves.
It's still the Wiley, man.
Who started hip-hop?
And even Jamie, I feel Jamie has a big part in this as well. Skepta as well.
This is what I'm... Like, it's not just one person. It's a movement, innit?
All of these men are involved. They're the originals.
But who started the sound?
That made that tempo, that rhythm, and the first man to spit on that rhythm.
Let me see what Wikipedia
wasn't Wiley, fam. It wasn't Wiley though.
Well, that's
the first one to spit on it. But the creation of the sound, I'm kind of sure he stole it from somebody else. But I don't want to be that guy to get terrorized now on social media.
Even if I stole it from you, but I push it.
It's him. It's Wiley. Then it's Wiley. It's Wiley. Then you have to.
Because you made a sound, but you didn't look. You wasn't too convinced if it was gonna work or not. I saw the vision.
All right, you didn't know what to do with the sound.
You didn't know what to do with that.
You didn't know what to do. Wiley knew what to do.
You
with
was
the
just
sound.
playing with new instruments. You know what? I'm gonna take that sound and push it in this direction,
and that's
call
what you done.
It this.
That's what you done.
So what
do you call it? What do you call it? What do you call it?
Because grime comes from garage, no?
Garage. Yeah, not garage. That's well, it starts from there. If I don't, well, Wiley
but
started
listen,
it still. Wiley
okay.
started it.
So whoever decided to speed up garage created it.
It's true. Jungle. Because garage come from jungle, cuz. We have to go way back, you know. We might have a chat to man from way back then, fam. But it might not even be Wiley, you know.
I don't.
No, but we're talking about the whole grime.
Now, you know what? Who was the first man to make music in the UK, jungle music from that come off the shit? Jungle is massive.
African man.
Jungle is
Africans.
massive. Remember the other beat?
creating music.
The Beethoven beat. Dun, 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 dun.
We created the music.
How you create that beat there used to go off. Dun, 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 dun. Hey, I got garage raves. I mean, flipping jungle raves used to be lit, you know.
I was on the jungle thing still. It was too excited, fam.
It was way too exciting, fam. But yeah, quickly before we wrap up, how long we got?
10.
All right, quickly.
9.
What you like? Ain't seen the Drake documentary?
No.
Good documentary. Man.
Drake's still relevant. Jeez.
Nah, Drake's relevant. Man. He got artist of the decade, innit?
Why?
He has to.
He was the artist of the
relevant for
decade.
10 years, fam.
A lie?
Who?
He changed the whole sound,
He's
fam.
been relevant for
Change
10 years.
what sound?
Drake changed
What
sound, fam.
Nah, man.
No, he didn't change it.
What sound did
When he
change?
come in, fam, it weren't that sound, fam.
Man was doing that way before Drake, bro.
The singing and no, man was doing the singing and
Dappy
no.
was doing
Okay,
that
you're
for
right.
time.
Cool, but he
Well,
perfect.
Dappy-
Okay,
Dappy was doing it for time.
he
still.
perfected it. He perfected that craft, fam. Man was doing it, bro. Who else was doing it better than Drake before Drake?
Lil
fam?
Wayne was doing it sick.
Lil Wayne was doing it.
Lil Wayne was doing it sick.
Lil Wayne, obviously he got his style off Lil Wayne. That's true. He built his
Lil
style.
Wayne-
But Lil Wayne don't do the R&B and the rap thing together like that, fam. There's no fam because Drake does he will give you a full R&B
The
track.
only reason why is because Lil Wayne can't sing as good as
Exactly,
Drake.
but this is my point though, fam. So that's what I'm saying. Who perfected it? I never said obviously like Drake copied the style of Lil Wayne. He would tell you that. Like,
Yeah, straight.
boom. But he took that lane. He's saying even 50 Cent when 50 Cent was doing 21 Questions, like it's been there, but no one really took it there. Like Drake took
What do
it
you
there.
mean, fam? Lil Wayne was one at a time the biggest artist in the world,
I
fam.
don't listen to what I'm saying, fam.
You know what?
Lil Wayne's a rapper, fam.
Listen, if Drake, the only
Yeah, so
people
what's
that
Drake then?
the only people that pushed Drake were the girls, man. Drake was ugly.
Yeah.
But Drake,
That's
Drake,
what it is.
If
but
Drake
Drake
was ugly,
He got in.
he would
Yeah,
not be
no, it
there.
is. He mastered the girl crowd.
That's
no,
what it
but
is.
he says that in the interview. He doesn't even lie. He
If
says,
Drake,
bro,
if Drake was ugly, he would not be where he is.
no,
I'm telling you
but
right
that's
now.
true. He says he didn't make music for Mandem. He said he couldn't fathom why man were making music for Mandem. He's like, yeah, I could do that, but I'd rather make music for the girls. And everyone could cuss me for making music for the girls, but when you got the girls, how do you lose? Because we could sit here dissing Drake right now for being whatever, but the fact is girls love him. And that's all that really matters.
And the man them love what the girls love.
Exactly. That's all that
Where
matters.
the girls got the man them follow.
All right,
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
knows
So
that.
if
Like,
Drake's-
I
come
attack the
on.
girls, fuck the man them. If you don't want to fuck with me, I got the girls. But you know what? When the girls fuck with
Because
me,
there
who's
was a
going to come?
time-
But does that make him the best artist though?
Yeah.
But he's been the most consistent and made just hella bangers.
Who's
Everything
the,
he
okay,
touches.
Wait, let me ask you this question.
Go on.
Who's the best rapper of all time?
Eminem.
Eminem, yeah.
What's your reason for saying Eminem?
I feel like there's no one
I
better
feel
than
like
that.
he perfected everything.
Now, give me some factual evidence. What's it based on?
His rapping ability, skills, and for him that comparing words and bringing out words like I don't think I've seen anybody compared to him. Anybody,
Ain't Tupac got more sales than him?
Who?
No, but it don't
Eminem.
come back down to sales.
don't
You're
know.
talking about rapping ability.
I don't think he has. You know. I don't think he has. You know.
I
No,
think Tupac has the best-selling album.
No,
Isn't it?
Tupac might do.
Does he?
Fam. But Tupac died in 1996. Big
Let's
man.
see.
I
His
think
music's
he
still
might.
popping now. So the man were out, what, 1996. When did Eminem come? Like 1999? He come in, he bust the scene, 2000. So he was out he died a few years before Eminem. I don't know about sales.
No,
but I'm saying
personally-
rapping ability.
No, personally,
rapping.
I agree with you guys. I'm not saying I don't agree. I agree.
But you want facts.
It's about how are we judging it? Like how is Drake artist of the decade?
Look at this. Man just put. You can't chat to Eminem still. Man just put best-selling hip-hop album. Yeah.
What's it, Marshall Mathers?
Yeah,
Yeah,
came up
LP.
straight away. Still, the
Has to
Eminem
be.
show come up straight away, fam.
I would say if man's judging it, I'm just judging it on how consistent Drake's been. Everything Drake has touched, it's a mad thing, fam. I don't think of maybe the last recent years, maybe, but remember,
Yeah, but who sold more
You know,
albums?
with Drake,
Him
yeah.
or Ed Sheeran?
Huh?
Who sold more albums? Him or Ed Sheeran?
Who?
Probably Ed.
Drake or Ed Sheeran?
I don't know.
Probably Ed. Well, maybe Drake, because Drake's got more albums.
No,
Ed
Drake's
don't-
got more singles.
No, but no. How much albums has Ed got? Ed's only got a few albums. Drake's got what?
All Eyes
8,
on Me is like
7?
7th place, fam.
Oh, is it?
You got Outkast.
Up there. Andre 3000. Mate.
Hey, he's
Outkast. The
He's underrated.
Love Below,
Underrated.
that got like 11.4 million sales.
Then what? Get Rich or Die Trying
Then
Tries up
Marshall Mathers LP got 10.6. Then Biggie Life After Death. That was
there. Yeah, that was a mad
is
album.
a ridiculous
Mad
album.
album.
And then the Eminem Show,
Mm-hmm.
number 4. Then you got MC Hammer.
Bruh, is he up there like that?
MC Hammer, fam.
Album though.
Album,
Yeah, I
fam.
don't-
10 million sales.
I never heard the album.
And then you got Queen,
Or Queen. Okay, yeah.
Greatest Hits,
That makes
Tupac,
sense.
Beastie Boys,
Yeah, that would make
License to
sense.
Ill. I don't even want to.
So what I'm
Will
saying,
Smith, he's up there.
albums.
Big Willie style.
Will Smith now. But you would think about it off the back of Fresh Prince. Or
I
before that.
thought that as well. Nelly, Country Grammar.
Hard album, very good album.
And then obviously 50 Cent.
50
Get
Cent,
Rich,
Get Rich,
Die
Die
Trying's
Trying.
up there.
Yeah, 100%.
Dr. Dre 2001, 100%.
I know T.I. has to be up there. Paper Trail has to be in there
No,
somewhere.
never.
What?
Brother, you crazy, fam.
Paper Trail was
Are
a
you listening
bad
to the
boy album.
legends I'm calling?
So T.I.'s not a legend?
Not yet.
What? That
Not-
Paper
not
Trail
against-
album.
not against these lot. Not
That
against these
Paper
lot.
Trail album was
Not
a
against
bad boy
these lot.
album, fam.
Vanilla
So, but you
Ice.
ain't said not one Jay-Z album, fam.
Vanilla Ice.
You ain't said not one Jay-Z album, fam. Like Blueprint has to be in there somewhere.
Jay-Z.
Black album must be there.
Jay-Z. I don't feel like Jay-Z got big off his albums, fam.
He did, fam. His albums is what he could bet. Like his album is his thing, fam.
From age.
The
fam,
Blueprints, fam.
Fam, there's like 4 Eminem albums way before Jay-Z's thing, fam.
Huh?
Ed Sheeran out.
Yeah. The Slim Shady
outsold,
LP.
Drake.
Encore.
Huh?
So Ed Sheeran outsold Drake.
Probably did, but all together, probably.
Fam.
But yeah,
Fam.
So I don't
Jay-Z's
understand
not
why
even in
he's
here,
the
fam.
artist of the decade. Like, what is it based on? That's what I'm trying to understand. How are they judging this? And who was judging it? Like Drake. Being
just basically
artist
the
of decade.
influence of the scene. But it comes down to everything what he's done, from him starting, what he's talking about, doing the R&B and the hip hop stuff, the numbers. Obviously he was in the charts #1 or the whatever.
Yeah, but he didn't have
The Black
16
album, Jay-Z.
singles in top 20.
Huh?
I don't know how much.
What's that,
singles
say that
in the
again?
top 20.
I said Drake's never had 16 of his singles in the top 20.
But he's been in the top 20 from the start to the beginning, though, practically.
I'm just saying.
That's
And
the
Ed Sheeran
difference.
has outsold him.
But I'm saying we'll get the sales.
So how is he?
If
the
Drake
artist
has
of
been
the
in the
decade?
top 100 or whatever for
Well, forget the
40
sales.
something weeks,
Why are you
out
not
of-
getting the sales? People say
Not
that.
forget,
Why?
Not forget the sales. It's how long you've been in that top.
Yeah, the top thing. Drake's been in there from the beginning. And the only time that he fell
Like
out
my
of it.
track is always in the top.
Yeah, and the
10.
only time that I remember when
Always.
he come out of it was when he took a break.
But wait, the
Man
point I'm
took a
trying to
break.
make is, yeah, if you're in the top 10, it means you're selling, right?
Yeah.
And you have a man who's outsold you across the board.
Yeah, but,
Yeah, but that might not be. But that doesn't mean.
but you have to
he's-
understand what
Like, you
Drake's
have
done.
certain
yeah, but
people,
Drake,
yeah?
what Drake has done as well is not. The reason why it can't come down to sales is because Drake's made impacts on different cultures, different scenes, on a whole different. Whereas Ed hasn't done that. Ed's stuck to what he knows.
No, but how are we judging that? That's the point. Like, what metrics are we putting in place to say that, yes, he's ticked this box, that box, that box. He is the artist of the decade. Because we're going by
It
numbers.
goes by
He's not.
yeah, it goes by preference.
I just
doesn't
feel like
It's preference.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
preference
This is what
and
it is.
impact though.
And also who's doing it. Because
But-
we're talking about
but-
who's really selling.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
these
impact,
South
though.
Americans are selling.
Yeah, but impact, fam. Drake has had more impact on,
Yeah,
on
but how are we
culture
measuring
than
that?
Ed
Well,
Sheeran.
no, what do you mean? You can't say that, fam.
How are you measuring that?
On what?
You're
then?
talking about the black culture.
No, on music culture. Bruv, all right, yeah.
What do you mean?
Drake has got a song in every genre right now.
So
Every genre. He's probably conquered every genre.
probably Ed
He's
Sheeran's got that.
No, no.
You haven't listened to all of Ed Sheeran's albums, fam. He's got.
I've listened to 2 of his albums.
in
True
in
Tree as
Tree,
well,
fam.
yeah.
In the whole Ghana language, fam.
Yeah.
Okay, but he's
Drake
not.
ain't doing that.
Has he got one on Brazilian?
What?
Ed Sheeran.
He's got a Spanish one as well.
We've got a Brazilian track though. That's not Spanish. That's Portuguese still.
Doesn't matter.
Oh, he's got
though.
a Spanish one.
He's
as
got
well.
these things. The whole angle is that.
Alright, we'll come back to this.
Yeah, we have to, bro. We have to.
2BC and no like that. Alright, listen, we're gonna get into Banger of the Week right now. Obviously, shout out to everyone on YouTube. Thank you for coming back. I know with the YouTube we haven't been there for a few weeks now, innit? 2 weeks. We're back now. You get me? 2020, we're here. So make sure you subscribe. I see everyone. Shout out to new subscribers. Shout out to old subscribers, new listeners, old listeners, Spotify, everybody, iTunes, all of that. You get me? We're here, man. It's gonna be a good year. Got so much things lined up, but yeah. Make sure you subscribe. DMDlive.co.uk as well. Subscribe to the website because things are gonna be coming to your emails from the website now. So you'll get any knowledge of anything that we're doing firsthand through the email. Sending dilemmas, bangers, content, whatever you want. Just send us.